American spies, they were around long before the CIA existed. Imagine a shadowy world of secret messages, hidden identities, and the fate of a young nation at stake. This is the story of the Culper Spy Ring, the secret heroes of the American Revolution. Formed by George Washington himself, this group of daring patriots became his eyes and ears in British-occupied New York. Their mission was clear: outsmart the British with superior espionage and gather crucial intelligence to help win the war. Join us as we dive into the covert operations, the ingenious methods, and the daring risks taken by this secretive network. It's not just a chapter from history, it's a tale of real-life spies whose brave actions played a crucial role in America's fight for independence. In the thick of the American Revolution, as battles raged and the future of the young nation hung in the balance, George Washington faced a significant challenge. Commanding his troops without adequate knowledge of British movements in New York, he was effectively fighting in the dark. Realizing the critical need for reliable intelligence, Washington initiated a bold plan to turn the tide of war. This led to the formation of the Culper Spy Ring in 1778, a move orchestrated by Washington's trusted intelligence officer, Major Benjamin Tallmadge. Major Tallmadge, a savvy officer and a native of Setauket, New York, was tasked with setting up an intricate network of spies. He carefully selected a group of patriots who could operate discreetly behind enemy lines. Based in New York and Connecticut, these spies weren't just gathering information, they were crafting the art of espionage right under the noses of the British. This network was more than just spies passing notes. It was a sophisticated operation using dead drops, invisible ink, and coded messages to keep their communications secret. The stakes were incredibly high, as any mistake could lead to capture and execution. Yet, driven by a fierce desire for independence and guided by a brilliant strategy, the Culper Ring set out to tip the balance of power in favor of the American cause. Each member of the ring had to navigate a world filled with danger and deception. Despite these risks, their unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom kept them moving forward, weaving a web of intelligence that spanned the divide between the American patriots and the British occupiers. Let's meet the key players of the Culper Spy Ring, each bringing their own daring and ingenuity to the dangerous game of espionage. At the heart of this network was Abraham Woodhull, alias Samuel Culper Sr., a farmer by trade. Woodhull turned his ordinary life into a cover for extraordinary deeds. His main task was gathering intelligence and relaying it back to Major Tallmadge, navigating the perilous line between his normal life and his secret identity. Another crucial member was Robert Townsend, known as Culper Jr., a merchant and newspaper owner in New York City. Operating under the guise of his everyday business, Townsend collected vital information from British soldiers who frequented his shop and unsuspectingly shared military secrets. His role was pivotal, as he was deeply embedded in enemy territory, making his contributions both risky and invaluable. Among these brave men, an enigmatic figure known only as Agent 355, who some believe was a woman from a prominent Loyalist family, used her high society connections to gather intelligence. Her identity remains a mystery to this day, but her role was undeniable. She provided crucial information that led to the exposure of Benedict Arnold's betrayal, one of the most infamous acts of treachery in American history. The espionage tactics deployed by the Culper Spy Ring were nothing short of revolutionary, setting the foundation for modern spycraft. With a war on and the need for secrecy paramount, these operatives had to innovate to stay ahead of British intelligence. The spy ring's methods were clever and had to be foolproof to protect the lives of those involved. Communication was their lifeline, yet it was fraught with danger. To overcome this, the Culper Ring relied heavily on a sophisticated system of codes and invisible ink. This wasn't your average children's lemon juice trick. This was complex chemistry. The ink, known as sympathetic stain, was developed to appear invisible until exposed to heat or another chemical. This allowed messages to be hidden in plain sight, perhaps within a seemingly mundane letter complaining about crop prices or family health. But how were these messages delivered without raising suspicion? The ring used a series of methods, including the dead drop, where messages would be left in prearranged hidden spots like the famous hollow of a tree. Another member could retrieve the message later, ensuring that even if someone were followed, the crucial information would not be found on them. They also used clotheslines, with certain items hung in a specific order to convey messages. Moreover, the Culper Ring had to ensure the information they gathered was accurate and timely. This meant they also needed to verify the information before it was sent to Washington, often cross-referencing details from different sources. The risk of misinformation leading to disastrous military decisions was too high. Their efforts proved critical in several turning points during the war. For instance, their reports on British troop movements allowed American forces to avoid ambushes and plan counterattacks effectively. Each piece of intelligence was a piece in the larger puzzle of the war effort, carefully placed by these unsung heroes. The Culper Spy Ring, operating under constant threat of discovery and death, navigated a myriad of challenges and scored significant successes that impacted the course of the American Revolution. Their work, often cloaked in layers of secrecy and risk, proved to be a formidable weapon against British forces. One of the Ring's most notable successes was unmasking the treachery of Benedict Arnold, a high-ranking American officer plotting to surrender West Point to the British. This critical intelligence not only thwarted a potentially devastating blow to the American cause, but also showcased the vital importance of the spy network's operations. The ability to uncover such a betrayal illustrated the depth and effectiveness of their infiltration. However, the road was fraught with challenges. Operating a spy network within enemy lines meant that every message sent, every piece of intelligence gathered, was a risk. The fear of being exposed was constant. If caught, spies faced not just their own execution, but also the potential compromise of the entire network. The psychological toll on these individuals, who lived dual lives under immense pressure, was enormous. Despite these obstacles, the contributions of the Culper Spy Ring were undeniable. Their intelligence helped General Washington make informed strategic decisions, which often led to crucial tactical advantages. They provided a continuous stream of information on British troop movements, fortifications, and plans, all of which were essential for the planning and execution of American military campaigns. Ultimately, the Culper Spy Ring's ability to adapt to changing circumstances, overcome immense challenges, and deliver critical intelligence exemplified the resilience and ingenuity of the American spirit during the war. Their legacy is not just in the battles they helped win, but in the innovative espionage techniques they pioneered, which have influenced the art of spying to this day. As we close the chapter on the Culper Spy Ring, we're reminded of the extraordinary lengths to which ordinary Americans went to secure their nation's independence. These silent warriors of the Revolutionary War, armed with nothing but their wits and courage, orchestrated one of the most successful espionage operations of their time. Their story is proof to the power of intelligence and secrecy in warfare, proving that information can be just as mighty as any weapon in one's arsenal. The legacy of the Culper Spy Ring extends beyond the battlefields of the 19th century. They set a standard for espionage that influences modern intelligence practices. Their innovative techniques, unyielding courage, and commitment to their cause continue to inspire those who study the intricate art of spying and the crucial role it plays in shaping nations. The Culper Spy Ring didn't just help win a war, they helped found a country. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the shadows of the American Revolution. If you're fascinated by the untold stories of history and the secret missions that shaped the world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more thrilling explorations into the past. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What other secret missions have changed the course of history? Let's uncover more hidden tales together.